I've used my Zoom H8 and my Sony PCM-D100 for a while now, and I love them both, but for very different reasons. In this video, we will explore the features of these recorders, their similarities and differences, and answer your all-important question: which one should I choose? First off, let's have a look at how versatile these two recorders are. Consider the Zoom H8 if you're looking for a recorder that can adapt to your needs. It features 6 XLR inputs, including 2 XLR/DRS inputs, allowing you to connect additional microphones or instruments. This offers a wide range of recording options for podcasts or important demos for your band. Additionally, the Zoom H8 is also modular. It comes with an XY capsule as standard, but also offers a variety of other capsule options that can be easily swapped out, similar to changing a camera lens. We'll go a bit deeper into the capsules later on in this review. In contrast, the Sony PCM-D100 focuses on providing high-quality recordings through its built-in XY microphones. However, it cannot be used as a computer interface and lacks XLR inputs. While this could be a disadvantage for podcasting, it simplifies the recording process by eliminating the need for cords and extra equipment. What about build quality? Both of these digital recorders are designed to withstand some wear and tear. The D100's sturdy lightweight aluminium casing helps to keep its weight down, and while it's small enough to hold in your hand, it's recommended to secure it to a stand or solid surface due to its sensitivity to movement. On the other hand, the Zoom H8's rubberized plastic case protects it and reduces noise when held while recording. To avoid holding either of these devices when using their built-in mics, I recommend using a Ride-Coat grip and shock mount. A Ride-Coat kit includes a quality windshield that allows for recording in windy conditions, a shock mount to absorb vibrations, and a grip for holding the entire setup. When it comes to carrying cases, the PCM-D100 comes with one, but the H8 does not. This is understandable due to the fact that your choice of capsule can dramatically affect the shape of your recorder. Okay, but how do they fare in terms of audio quality? When it comes to that, the PCM-D100 generally outperforms the Zoom H8. This is because it has better preamps, which results in less noise in recordings, particularly when capturing very quiet sounds. It's worth noting that while the H8 offers more versatility, the PCM-D100 excels in the area of really high-quality audio when on the move, especially in very quiet environments. In summary, the H8 is the better choice if you need multiple inputs for multiple microphones, while the PCM-D100 excels in recording quiet ambiences and ASMR. Okay, so what about sample rates, bit depth, and file types? So the Zoom H8 can record up to 96 kHz, while the H8 can record up to 192 kHz. A higher sample rate means more audio information is captured, which allows for more flexibility in editing and manipulating the sound later on. On the other hand, this also means much larger file sizes. However, for most basic recording needs such as podcasts or music, a sample rate of 44.1 kHz or 48 kHz is sufficient. It's important to choose a sample rate that is compatible with the purpose of your recording. I often compare sample rate with FPS in cameras. If you want to film someone talking, 24 FPS to 30 FPS is adequate. You can do 60 FPS or even 120 FPS if you really want, but you're capturing far too much information. In fact, let's go through a few common sample rates and see what they're for specifically. 44.1 kHz. The sample rate is frequently utilized for music recording. While it's possible to record music at higher rates like 48 kHz or 96 kHz, these rates may not be necessary unless you plan to perform significant audio manipulation. 44.1 kHz is typically sufficient. 48 kHz. The 48 kHz sample rate is often used for audio that will be matched with video, like dialogue or voiceover tracks. It's considered more professional compared to 44.1 kHz, which is commonly associated with more consumer audio. For example, when recording voiceovers for videos, I always use 48 kHz. 96 kHz. Use a 96 kHz sample rate when capturing ambiences or sound effects. Keep in mind that while any sample rate can be used, certain rates are more appropriate for specific recording scenarios. For example, when creating sound libraries that I sell online, I use 96 kHz. While it's possible to record everything at 96 kHz, it may not be necessary for most people. Realistically, 48 kHz is about as high as most people need to go. 192 kHz. So 192 kHz is a pretty high sample rate that is used in scenarios where you really want to be able to manipulate and stretch your audio. It is typically used for experimental music recording and sound design. The higher sample rate allows for more accurate and precise recording of audio, resulting in a higher quality sound. However, it should be noted that while it is possible to record audio at this high sample rate, it is not always necessary, especially if the final output will not be played back on equipment capable of reproducing the additional audio information. Additionally, recording and processing audio at this high sample rate requires more storage space and processing power. Actually, speaking of storage space, rather interestingly, the Sony PCM-D100 actually has built-in storage space, whilst the H8 does not. The D100 can store 32 GB internally and seamlessly switch to an SD card when full. The H8 does not have internal storage, it only uses SD cards. However, it can accommodate cards of up to 512 GB, providing ample capacity. What about battery life? Fortunately, both of these recorders use readily available AA batteries and are efficient in their power consumption. Both take 4 batteries each. Sony estimates that you can expect up to 12 hours of battery life depending on usage, while Zoom states that the H8 can last for up to 10 hours under optimal conditions. Due to the variable nature of audio recording, it's difficult to accurately predict battery life. It's similar to asking how long a piece of string is, so keep in mind that your results may vary. By the way, if you're finding this video to be helpful, don't forget to leave a like. Okay, so both these devices can record good audio. What settings are best when actually recording? To put it simply, when recording, the goal is to achieve the highest levels possible without causing clipping. To achieve this, set your levels so that the peak does not exceed -6 dB, aim to maintain an average level of around -12 dB, and keep softer sounds at around -20 dB. Keep in mind that these are just guidelines, and you may need to experiment with your device to find the levels that work best for you. While searching online, you may come across different opinions on how to set levels, but use these numbers as a starting point and adjust as needed. It's important to keep in mind that it's better to err on the side of caution when setting levels. Setting them too high can lead to distortion in the recording, making it unusable. While low levels may result in some background noise or hiss, it is still preferable to the alternative of having a distorted recording. It's crucial to strike a balance between getting the highest level possible without causing clipping. Experiment with your device to find the best levels for your specific recording needs. Okay, so how do I actually change these levels? Both mics have easy-to-use level controls. The PCM-D100 has a dial on the side of the recorder, which can be easily adjusted, and also has a safety mechanism that locks the dial in place to prevent accidental changes. The H8, on the other hand, has a separate dial for each XLR input, with 6 on the recorder and additional dials on the clip-on capsules. Okay, so what if I make some mistakes? Is there a safety net I can use? The Zoom H8 has a useful feature called a -12 dB backup, which creates a quieter version of the recording that is 12 dB lower in volume. This can be useful when recording in situations where loud audio levels may cause distortion. In such cases, the distorted portion of the clip can be replaced with a sample of the -12 dB safety track, which is undistorted. While this feature sounds great in theory, there is a limitation to be aware of. The -12 dB backup feature can only be applied to the left and right channels, which means it can only be used when recording with the XY capsule. It is not possible to use this feature when recording with a microphone or instrument plugged into any of the built-in XLR/TRS inputs. There seem to be conflicting opinions online about the -12 dB backup feature with regard to XLR microphones. Some people claim to have successfully used this feature with XLR mics, while others say it is not possible. It is possible that those who were able to use the -12 dB backup feature did so by connecting XLR microphones through the EXH6 combo input capsule. However, this is not a common use case and may not be relevant to many users. The PCM-D100 does not have a similar function, unfortunately. Okay, so what about the capsules you mentioned earlier? The Zoom H8 can use a variety of capsules, while the PCM-D100 is not compatible with any. Each of these capsules serves a specific purpose, transforming the handheld device into precision tools, similar to how cameras can be upgraded with specialized lenses. If you're not going to use any capsules, feel free to skip this portion of the video. I include chapters in all of my videos, so that should make it easy to navigate around. Alternatively, skip to the timestamp on screen. Now, let's have a look at the capsules one by one and see what they can do. The XY-H6 capsule. The XY-H6 capsule features two high-quality condenser microphones arranged in a stereo XY configuration, which enables the capture of a wide stereo image. It is suitable for recording live music, podcasts, interviews, field recordings, and more. It can be thought of as a versatile kit lens for the Zoom H8, capable of handling a wide range of recording scenarios. The MSH6 capsule. The MSH6 capsule is a mid-sized stereo microphone capsule that includes one unidirectional microphone for capturing the center channel, mid, and one bidirectional microphone capturing the left and right channels, side. This capsule enables the adjustment of stereo width in post-production, providing greater control over the stereo image of the recording. The XY-H5 capsule. The Zoom XY-H5 capsule is a detachable microphone attachment that is included with the Zoom H5 by default. It comes with a shock mount to minimize vibrations that can be picked up by the microphone, which can be particularly useful for reducing handling noise when holding the recorder or vibrations transmitted through the microphone stand. The XY-H5 capsule is versatile and suitable for a wide range of recording applications, similar to the XY-H6, but with the added benefit of built-in shock mounts. The SGH6 capsule. The Zoom SGH6 capsule is designed to capture a highly directional mono signal, which allows for focusing on a specific sound source and capturing it clearly while minimizing background noise. This is actually my favorite capsule, and I'll explain in a bit why that is. The EXH6 capsule. The Zoom EXH6 capsule allows for connecting two additional XLR microphones to your Zoom H8, making it useful for recording sound effects from multiple perspectives, field recordings, instruments, bands, or podcasts. It is important to note that this capsule does not provide phantom power to connected microphones, so make sure that your microphone does not require it before using this capsule. There is actually a capsule that can do that, which we'll cover in a little bit. The SSH6 capsule. The Zoom SSH6 capsule is a unique microphone that features a super directional mic which captures sound from the front and a bidirectional side mic that captures sounds from the left and the right. This capsule is well suited for recording dialogue on set and provides flexibility in post-production to mix in the desired amount of ambient sound. The XA-H8 capsule. The Zoom XA-H8 capsule offers a combination of XY and AB microphone configurations. The XY pattern provides a more focused stereo field, while the AB pattern captures a broader stereo field. This allows for choosing the most appropriate pattern for the specific sound being recorded, such as ambience or sound effects. There are no set rules for using this capsule, but it is designed to offer flexibility in recording options. VRH8 capsule. The Zoom VRH8 capsule is specifically designed for use with the Zoom H8. It is an ambisonic microphone capable of capturing full 360-degree sound. The capsule includes a built-in accelerometer for proper alignment and an onboard ambisonic decoder for handling any necessary conversions. These features make the VRH8 capsule ideal for capturing immersive audio experiences such as virtual reality or spatial audio recordings. The EXH8 capsule. The Zoom EXH8 capsule is designed for use with the Zoom H8 and offers an interesting feature. It has 4 additional inputs on top of the 6 built-in inputs on the H8 and can provide phantom power to those extra inputs when connected to a power source. While it is less portable when connected to a power source, it is useful for recording podcasts, large musical ensembles, or sound effects from multiple perspectives when a large number of microphones are needed. Okay, so a common use for these devices is recording voice, but how well do they perform for this purpose, and how can you customize them to meet your needs? I personally needed a portable and efficient recording setup that I could take with me while traveling. It had to be small enough to fit in my bag's pocket, so I could easily take it out and record without compromising audio quality. To address the issue of potentially noisy or reverberant environments, I chose to bring a Zoom H6 with the Zoom SG-H6 capsule, which is highly directional and primarily picks up sound from the front while largely ignoring sounds from the sides or back. This setup allowed me to record much cleaner audio in various environments. The H5 and H8 would have also been suitable, however I preferred the feel of the H6 and it fit better in the pocket of my bag along with the SG-H6 capsule. As a side note, I have reviewed many Zoom H-series recorders on my channel and have also begun reviewing Tascam recorders. I have also compared many of them to each other. If you're interested in checking out that playlist, you can find links below or you can click the card in the top right corner. Before we proceed, I want to add it is possible to record your voice using the built-in XY mics on any of these recorders. However, these mics are intended for general use, similar to a kit lens on a camera. They can record your voice, but they also pick up a lot of reverberations in the room and other noises. I specifically chose the SG-H6 capsule because it effectively minimizes unwanted sounds. Can the Zoom H8 and Sony PCM-D100 be used as audio interfaces? The answer is yes for the H8 and no for the PCM-D100. For the H8, you just need to go into the menu and select the option. In terms of screens, the Sony PCM-D100 has a backlit display on the top front of the recorder, which makes it easy to read in most lighting conditions. The Zoom H8, on the other hand, has a full-color touchscreen at the lower end of the device, which allows you to operate its settings and apps. Okay, what about price? Since prices can fluctuate, I stay away from discussing them specifically, but at the time of this writing, the PCM-D100 is quite a bit more expensive than the H8. Even though both are quite premium devices and thus come at a cost, the D100 is kind of difficult to find at the moment. Some say it's discontinued, while others say it's just hard to find the parts for it right now in order to make it. I have affiliate links down below for both, including for second-hand websites like eBay, so you can see how much they cost in your country. So when it comes to size, the D100 is quite a bit more compact than the H8. The dimensions of the PCM-D100 are 154.94 by 71.12 by 30.48mm, or 6.1 by 2.8 by 1.2 inches, and it weighs in at 394 grams or 13.9 ounces. The larger Zoom H8 measures 116.4 by 163.3 by 48.6mm, or 4.58 by 6.43 by 1.91 inches, and weighs 354 grams or 12.49 ounces. The extra size and weight of the H8 may be something to consider if you plan on carrying it for extended periods of time. Okay, so which one should you buy then? When selecting a recorder, it's important to think about how it will be used. This is particularly true when comparing the Zoom H8 and the Sony PCM-D100, as they are designed for different purposes. In my opinion, the Zoom H8 is ideal for recording podcasts, band demos, and interviews in various locations. All the inputs offer you great versatility and the ability to adapt to any situation. Additionally, it offers a safety track features which records at a lower volume as a backup, ensuring that even if the original track is distorted, the backup will still be usable. The Sony PCM-D100 recorder stands out for its superior preamps, which allows for clear recordings, particularly in quiet environments. It is also user-friendly, with no need to worry about connecting multiple microphones or dealing with cords. If you want a simple solution to recording really quiet ambiences, instruments, sound effects, or ASMR, the PCM-D100 would be the better choice as it will have less hiss. Do you have any questions? Don't forget to leave them down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you'd like to have a look at any of the products mentioned in this video or see how much they cost in your country, you can find affiliate links down below. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.